Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the first episode of a Thanksgiving special. And in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my ultimate, really easy and simple, creamy, delicious French's green bean casserole. Y'all know that there is no complete Thanksgiving without a good old green bean casserole on that dinner table. So, without wasting much of your time, let's get right into today's video. If this is your first time here, you are absolutely welcome. So the first thing I'm gonna do is to put my skillet on that fire, and here I got a tablespoon of butter, and you just need a little bit of butter because we're gonna start by crisping up our bacon. Yes guys, you heard me right. Bacon is gonna add a lot of flavor. Oh goodness, you gotta try your bacon. Adding bacon in your green bean casserole, that flavor is over the top. You can use regular bacon if you do not eat pork. By all means, go for turkey bacon or any other kind of bacon that you can have, but I highly recommend that you add bacon. You don't even need a lot. As you can see, I'm only using 3 strips of bacon for this recipe. So you just want to crisp that up. You can see it is nice and crispy, not too dry. So I'm just going to take that out of the oil right there. You can see that the fat from the bacon has rendered, so just put that aside. Do not throw it away. We're gonna get back to that. So I'm gonna let my bacon sit and I will shred it into little pieces. So let's move on. Here is my casserole dish that I'm going to be using today. This is about a 2-quart dish. So here I am using 1 10-ounce can of Campbell's cream of mushroom. This is really nice and tasty. If you choose to make your own cream of mushroom, by all means, but I like using this particular brand. It is delicious in my opinion. So just empty out the whole can of that. Next, I'm going to start off with 1/2 cup of milk. I'm starting off with 1/2 cup because I'm eventually going to use 3/4 of a cup. So just stay tuned, stay with me. Here I have some shredded mozzarella cheese, and I am using about 1 cup of that. This is going to add a lot of richness and creaminess and of course cheesiness in this recipe. You're going to need some black pepper to taste. Use as much as you can tolerate. And here is that fat that rendered from the bacon. You only need about a tablespoon of that good old fat, and that's it. It is really rich and delicious. You would taste the difference. Now you would need a tablespoon of either Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce. This is what I had handy, so I'm going in with Worcestershire sauce. As you guys know, I use it a lot in my recipe, so if you never tried it before, please go ahead and try it. Now this is about 2 small cloves of garlic that I crushed, so no more than 1/2 teaspoon. That's all you need. So this is all I have in here. I'm gonna go ahead and stir up all of that, those ingredients in here. You can see the color is coming from the bacon fat. This right here, it is so good. It is so delicious. If you have never tried adding any type of fat such as bacon, by all means go ahead and try this Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna tell you something, your guests will be happy and you will be happy as well. All right, if you're enjoying this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Now moving on, we're gonna add in our green beans. I am using this Tbsp green beans, and it's already cut. I'm using 2 cans of that, but I always like to go ahead and rinse it off camera. We're not forgetting our bacon. I'm gonna have to shred it into little pieces, and look at that goodness. We're gonna add it all in, stir that up into our mixture, and then off camera I went and rinsed my beans. I always like to rinse off my beans if it's canned. I just don't like that liquid that it comes in. So here are my beans, nicely washed. Look at them, just 2 cans, and each can is about 14.5 ounces. So you need 2 of that, any brand of your choice. So I did mention in the beginning of the video, the intro, that I would be doing a Thanksgiving special, and this is our first episode. Yes guys, so every Monday and every Friday throughout the month of November, you are gonna get a video from me. I am starting off with all our favorite and staple Thanksgiving recipes. I put up a poll in my community tab, and a lot of you guys gave your suggestions on what you would like to see. So I'm just trying to go with you guys' suggestions and bring up as much as I can. So let's make this as interactive as possible. So now you are going to need some of that good old French's crispy fried onions. Guys, this is a must have. This is about, I think, 6 ounces, and I ended up using the whole can. I can just eat this on its own. It's already cooked, it's already fried, there's nothing else. This whole dish is so simple, so easy. So by all means, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and as you can see, I only put in a little bit of that, maybe 1/3 of it, into the mixture right now, and I'm gonna mix all of it together with the green beans and all of the yumminess. So as you can see, I'm going in with more milk. So I already added 1/2 cup of milk, so I went back and added 1/4 cup of milk. So that makes it a total of 3/4 cup of whole milk. You can use any milk of your choice. So once we get that all incorporated, it is now time to put this in the oven. I have already preheated it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and since everything here is already cooked, we just need it to get thoroughly, warm. So we are only going to be baking this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, and we will be back. And here we are 20 minutes later. You can see it looks really nice, and it's gonna have a little bit of bubbles on it, which is what you want to see. All right, so now you want to go ahead and top up the rest of all of that crispy fried onions. If you've not eaten the whole can, don't be like me. I just kept picking at it, could not help. But yeah, just layer it all over. Now the reason why we're doing this now, because we only need 5 more minutes of cooking. I do this to keep the fried onions as fresh and as light brown as possible. If you do it at the beginning, it's going to be all dark and burnt. You can't help it. It's already cooked. That temperature is going to burn it. So cook everything, and then at the last 5 minutes, that is all you need. At the last 5 minutes, go ahead and cover that casserole with all of those fried onions. You would notice that your casserole is always going to come out looking good, because most of us eat with our eyes first, and of course our nose is going to smell good, but above all, it's going to look good and appetizing. Nobody wants to eat food that visibly looks burnt, right? So that is a good tip in this video. So into the oven for the last 5 minutes, and this is the final result. Look at that. It just gives you that perfect golden brown color that you're looking for. I like to let it sit for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes maybe, and then go ahead and serve. Okay, this you can prepare ahead of time, but I suggest not to put the crispy fried onions on top of the casserole until you are ready to bake. And let's look at that. Take a moment and look at that cheesiness. I love it so much. And by the way, if you are lactose intolerant, by all means skip out on the mozzarella cheese. You're still gonna have the perfect green bean casserole. But if you do skip out on the cheese, I recommend you could probably go with 1/2 cup of milk. You probably wouldn't need all 3/4 cup. But this recipe is so forgiving, and it tastes so delicious. Now that bacon right here is a must try. I highly do recommend that you add some bacon to your next green bean casserole this coming Thanksgiving. Like I said, there's no complete proper Thanksgiving without a good old green bean casserole, and this can be enjoyed with or without the cheese. Now the fresh garlic we added also pumped up the flavor so much. It is so delicious. But if you don't have it, you can go ahead and use garlic powder, but again, I highly suggest fresh ingredients. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video, and stay tuned for our next episode on Friday. I will see you guys. I love you all.